Hi, welcome back to my series on Transport Fever 2. I'm up north here where Basildon used to exist. Last episode, we took some really drastic measures to try and fix the map, the performance, and the file save issue that I've been having. The crashing got so extreme that I would only get about 5, maybe 10 minutes in game. Very difficult to record episodes where if the game crashes, you lose your record on console. But we've had a huge improvement to the map, not only with Basildon being nuked off the map, but the devastation in the area didn't just take out the city, but it really thinned out all of the forest. The very heavy, dense forestry that was in the area is a lot thinner all the way across the map now. Now, I wouldn't say that it was that I haven't taken really any of the forests off the map. In fact, there's more forestry areas on the map than what there was before. It's just overall it's much thinner and it's working a hell of a lot better. So today I'm playing again. I'm not just destroying. I have been playing, and I've had a new lease of life into the map. We've just hit 2050, which that was a nice target to hit. It was kind of the map just keeps going for me. I thought I was finishing up around the year 2000 once we got across that 160 kilometer rail car barrier. Like when you got into there, I thought that was kind of end game. I'd never played past there before, by the way, as well. So I had no idea what the game was going to give me into the 2000s, and it's been really interesting actually. Today, I have been trying to deal with already. I've been trying to deal with the leftover industry in the area of Basildon Fuel Refinery. Now, yesterday when I was on, this was running at less than 300. Um, that might, yeah, shipped. Yeah, if you look at the red bar of the shipped, it's been hovering around just over the 200 mark. And just now it's actually aiming at over 300, but basically it's been at around about 200 to 250 for the last 10 or 20 years. Um, and we did nuke Basildon a little while ago. I have had the map advancing in time quite quickly because time's not an issue for me anymore. But um, we were only delivering to Bracknell and Bolton. But I added in Woodham not long ago, and it has been transporting 100% to those three. Those three have been the basically the 250 that it's been delivering. That it's been to those three. Today I've hooked in Hemsworth, Maghull, Staines, and a little bit into Swindon. It's been a pretty simple job to open all those lines up because once I brought the train line all the way down to Woodham here and deliver the fuel here, it was pretty simple for me to bring fuel down to Maghull by train, which then loops around here to the Swindon cargo terminal. It's not going to deliver a lot to Swindon because Swindon actually has its own fuel refinery here, and it primarily was delivering to Staines and Swindon. I would like Hemsworth and Maghull to be, well, Maghull has been switched off, by the way. So there's a little bit of lag there of 13 still hanging around, but I think that will go to zero probably in the future. Um, Hemsworth, I probably can't switch off because by bringing fuel into here, I want, well, it currently delivers fuel into Staines here and then truck route all the way over this side of the city from memory is the fuel. Yes. And the reason why I haven't delivered fuel into this side of the city for since very early on in the game is we used to truck it up from the south, from the crude coming up to the oil. The oil would then come down to the southern area, Auckland's fuel refinery, and then it would bring fuel back with the crude and then deliver into town here. But I've had that cut off for a long time. The fuel in the south just delivers to the south, and it's not enough, by the way. It's running at max 800, and it's nowhere near enough. Kendall and Fordwich are high level demands, and they both demand like 600, and they're getting about half that. And then Alsager is probably about half of what it wants. Probably wants about 120. And Auckland, which is like right across the road, I mean, that might be getting close to 53. No, it's getting 39 of 79. So that's only half as well. So I have this issue with fuel in the south with two high demand cities. And they're quite large cities too, by the way. Auckland's is a little smaller. But I've had the fuel cut off down there, isolated. And then I had the fuel here at Swindon, which was just dealing with these five. And I took Woodham off them because Swindon was struggling. So now what I've got is I've also got a truck line in here with fuel that comes down and delivers into the industry here in the middle of town. And then it takes any excess down to this truck stop, has the ability to drop fuel off onto this platform and take it over to Hemsworth this way as well. So this is our Swindon to Hemsworth line. And it has the ability to take fuel. Let's just double check that. At Maghole Construction, pick up fuel. Yep. Okay. And then that's how we get our fuel over to Hemsworth. Now, I've also have a transfer train here bringing goods down to Staines. This train here. No, not that train there. Is my eyesight that bad? It must have been him sitting. I thought that was the Hemsworth train. It was not. This is a transfer train that can now take fuel from Hemsworth. Yes, fuel is switched on to the Staines cargo hub. So basically we can bring fuel from the north down to here. And one of the problems I have with Staines is I was not delivering enough fuel for what they needed. So I want to show you fuel. So this green line here is representing a delivery route of the fuel. And it goes all the way up the top here. And then it stops on the first block here, where it drops from 264 down to 182. Then it delivers here, 182 down to 110, 110 to 0, and then it turns around and goes all the way back over here. So the line is coming from all the way over here. It's the orange line here, I believe. We need to say only visible. Then we need to look down and find fuel. There we are. So you can see what it does. It flies all the way across here, no stops. Flies all the way to the top, no stops, thanks to a waypoint up there. Then it drops 3 delivery drops and then heads back. And what I'm thinking is I would really, whoa, look at this. This is not good, Sims. Why? Oh, this is a bug in the game, by the way. Sometimes when the queue is out the driveway, sometimes they stack too far and block. So where this guy shouldn't come in here and block, he should come into this one. Sometimes when there's a queue, they can all get queued up, and instead of using this one, they just get stuck in this habit of using this. Oh, they're two. Oh, that's why, Sims. You've got them as 2 separate lines. It's not the game's fault at all. It's your own fault. Okay. I might need to look at that. What are they delivering? Probably tools, right? Yeah, tools is the other major demand in this city. Yeah, look at all the tools, right? So I know that you can deliver within 2 blocks most of the time. 2 sort of standard size blocks from your delivery point you can deliver to. But in this case, we're not delivering to the 3rd block at all, right down the whole road. And most of spots on this side of the road are not getting any either. So it turns out if you look at the truck stops here, we'll probably find that they don't reach across the road. Yeah, and they're not even reaching to this side of the street. So what I'm thinking is having a new delivery route with maybe just 2 stops along here. And this truck stop is already full. Look, it's got a lot of lines happening here. And we've already seen some stacking that I might need to maybe think about. Instead of coming in the side here, bring them around the back. Now, if I bring anyone in this side that doesn't work, they'll drive all the way around and then come in. So one of the things I need to do is pause the game, and I will need to bring them around the back. But we will configure here. Now I have a huge amount of warehousing space, so that's not an issue. And I definitely don't want to come in on that side. What I will want to do is add a new platform for the fuel. I will want... Look, I'm going to put this in here because I think I'll move that and get rid of this entry and get them to come around here and enter in here. Not right now, though. What I do want is an entry point on that platform. And that one. I wasn't planning on that one, but we'll want an Audi. Is this a really weird... No, it's pretty flat. No weird bump there. That's good. All right. Configure that with an Audi there. And we'll just clean it up with, I can't fit one of these in, right? No. Can I fit a small one? Yes, I can. So let's put one small one there. Okay. The roadway needs to come around, and we pick these country roads so they don't build on them. However, they still do every now and then. Way past what I want. And then, will this work? Okay. All right. New line. No. Truck stops. No, not rail stops. Truck stops. Okay. Essentially, I want to cover this whole edge. So it'll be on this street here, driving in this direction. Yes. And I want to be able to well, from the station, it's going to cover the corner. So I don't really need to cover the corner. So I really just want, I want a truck stop that can cover the top corner. This block should be fine. We'll do that. And then one in the middle. Yeah, because we're almost down to the truck stop, but we don't need to be. I could go to there, but I don't think I need to. I think I'll just go to there. What I will do is, I just noticed something. I might get better range if I put that in. We'll see. I don't know that it can reach up to there. We'll see. Not important though. Okay. We need a line. And it's going to be from here. Some old waypoints from when we used to bring the fuel in on the side here through a tunnel back in the day that are still sitting there. That waypoint's active. I don't think that one is. That was doing some sort of loop around here. Okay. I do like using waypoints to make sure my trucks and buses go in exactly the way I want them to. We will tell the cargo to go to platform 1. I'm assuming 1 is over that side. Yep. Perfect. We're telling it to pick up fuel. It'll be a fuel truck. That's not an issue. And we're going to tell it to wait. Okay, we're in business. Oops. Name it Sims quickly. It will be a delivery for Staines. And it will be fuel. I'll call it fuel extra. I tend to do extra if it's a secondary line and it's not the primary line. Okay, we're in business. We put one truck on it for now. And we'll go with a Scania. Now, I could give it a color because there's a lot of blue in there, right? And the other trucks are orange. I'm gonna make him maroon. Did that work? Why did that work? Okay. Um, why are we seeing everything? Actions show only visible. Okay, now we're in business. Extra fuel. All right. Okay, guys, I need to apologize. I just got sidetracked in a really big way. I get sidetracked a lot. It's one of my talents. I'm really good at it. Um, however, what I got sidetracked by, I don't even want to include in this episode. I'll include it in the next episode. It's really weird, I know, but um, yeah, I really want to focus on the fuel today, and I'm really struggling with my focus. Okay, on this second tools line, this blue truck here, I'll put a waypoint in here so it will access its own driveway here. Instead of getting stuck behind trucks that were stacking here, I am considering bringing the other line through there as well. Oh, we got traffic here as well, which is a total pain. Um, however, the red and yellow, instead of turning around and coming out this exit, they've opted to come out this way by themselves. I haven't asked them to do that. That's kind of cool as well. I like that better than the turnaround. How do I limit the amount of... Well, I've got a line coming back in here, right? How can I limit this? I could make it... I could make it one way. What happens if I make it one way? Settings, upgrade, do that. And that other way is that button. Oh, what'd that do? Change that side as well? What the hell? Okay. That should at least limit the traffic. It doesn't affect me in any way, but it does limit the traffic. They're still going to come down here. Then they're going to drive into the truck stop. Are you kidding me? Are you serious, mate? What is your problem? Oh, no, you can come through that way. It's you idiots over here that can't. Oh, well, maybe that's just a leftover Sims because they were heading that way and then you just changed it. That's probably what that is. We've still got trucks coming this way, though. Oh, sorry, traffic coming that way. Damn. Right, what if I do something crazy? Okay, here we go. This little piece of road here, the only person that does that is the blue truck and it goes that way. All right. What if I go really weird? go in that direction. Yeah, you can go past. Haha. Oh, now you have to go through the truck stop. Oh my God, what have you done, Sims? Honestly, what have you done? What the hell is that car? Check it out. That's pretty futuristic compared to the other cars I've had on the map for a while. These are still, look at this thing. Whoa, underneath the map. Well done, Sims. What is it, a Miata? Here's a town car. Does it actually have a badge on it? Look, this is my ADHD coming out again, guys. I'm getting sidetracked with traffic. Oh my God. Look, what have I done? I can't fix this. I really can't fix it. They'll just have to wait. Here you go. See, this is why this third truck here would cause a problem for this lane. Which is why I thought while we were creating this, we could fix that up. Now, if he came in through this way, he would park here, right? Does he go? I don't think he blocks the exit, does he? No. Can you squeeze through there, mate? Yeah, yeah. You look. Don't look. No damage there, guys. He squeezed through that tiny little gap. All right. One truck. How about we'll put a second one in because I think this number is going to go a little crazy. I think. I'm not positive, but let's go and have a look. All right. Let's fly, Sims. Fly. Okay. Landing here at the fuel refinery. Yeah. Look at that. It's leveled. It's leveled. Well, has it? But it is 565 now. And, well, Staines is almost 200. And climbing still. And Swindon has gone basically, that should go to zero. Swindon shouldn't be getting fuel. But look at that, we're delivering 100%. So we've got the fuel actually getting out of here nicely. So I did upgrade this train. Now, you might call it a downgrade actually, because we put the older fuel tank cars on it, which are, so we were running the more modern 160 kilometer tank car that can carry 20, and we changed it to a 120 that can carry 18, downgrading it, but it's so much shorter. It's so much shorter in length that we got a heap more capacity, actually an extra like 130 capacity by switching this and still keeping it a 400 meter train. It's one of the tricks I use to increase capacity on my fuel line. So like this train here is still carrying the new modern ones. But this one here now has a much higher capacity at a rate, well, we're hitting 800. That's what we want. We need a rate of higher than 800. So that's very cool. All right, so one of the things I do need to check are my carry all carry everything trains. There's a lot of fuel there already. Now this is my carry everything train that is going down to Woodham. And you can see that it's got flat cars on it that can carry fuel. That's a modded flat car. The goods wagons here can carry everything except fuel. The trick is you need the flat cars at the back, and we have them at the back. The reason why you want them at the back is because it loads from front to back. And we want the other goods that are here, like conmats and planks, not to come onto the flat cars. We wanted to fill the wagons first and allow the fuel to say, well, the fuel can only go onto the flat cars. So it automatically just starts loading fuel onto the flat cars, and it puts all the other goods into the goods wagons. Now, you might ask, well, Sims, why don't you just run the flat cars? And that's a no, because down here at Woodham, he picks up grain. Did he just pick up grain? A little bit. He picked up 40. Must have been the leftovers from a previous delivery, because this carries like, what does this carry? This carries 300. Okay, so yeah, he's just picking up the leftovers from the last train that came through here. So it's currently not really carrying anything back except for that small amount of grain, but you know, it should be carrying 300 grain back. And then on the way down, it's carrying fuel, but it's also helping the transfer train on that other line. There's so much goods coming through both of these trains that they both almost cleared the station between the two of them. And so this fuel is going to Bracknell in the distance all the way down there. But all the goods are going to Bracknell. This train is just helping out with some of the goods, like the conmats. The planks go to the tools factory that's here. So both lines are doing the tools factory. And then it carries goods as well. It picks up the tools from here. Is this the transfer train, or is this one? That's the one that heads down. So it picks up like everything, all sorts of goods there. And then these two are going to drop off. It's going to be a lot of goods here, obviously. Wonder if it builds up the platform here. It's a very small platform. I never extended it, and that's okay, because he's going straight through. So there is a little bit of overhang here. I didn't feel like it needed the extension of the platform. I don't mind that these trains overhang. In fact, instead of extending the platform, I moved this point back to here so this train can turn around. Okay, this platform is what he's taking back. Okay, so that platform was empty for the transfer. And now he's going to come down and pick up the grain, which should be dropped off shortly. Is it on its way back? Yes, it's on its way back. You know what I'm inclined to do? I'm inclined to put a third train on this line. However, I think we're good for now. Okay, what I'm expecting is fuel to drop here on the Woodham cargo line. And do these trains have the flat cars on the back? Yes, they do. They have 7. Right, well, that's more than the 6 that's bringing down. You could match the 6, but I don't have access to the wagons anymore, so I can't put more wagons on the train. Let's just leave it as is for the moment. But we will be able to send the fuel down to here. Oh my God, they just dropped off fuel here. Okay, so I don't really actually want to send the fuel down to Swindon. So I'm bypassing Swindon in a way. Swindon has its own fuel refinery, and it's producing more than enough for itself, and I want all the overflow to go to Staines. Okay, we got some stacking here you might want to look at, Sims. Don't get sidetracked. Don't get sidetracked. That evil voice is trying to distract you. Okay, a lot of fuel here. A lot. Are we over capacity? We have 175 in those little tiny... We might want more capacity here. No, Sims, what you really want is this fuel transfer truck that you've got here. Hey, they used to bring down and they used to loop and drop off here and then come back. But I don't actually need to loop here anymore, because I want the excess to go down. They're just dropping off and delivering a small amount along the way down. And this is where all the fuel is. Are we sure, Sims? Let's double check. Yeah, it's not even on this block. It's just on this section just here. So Sims, if you put a truck stop right there, add a stop into there. Damn it. You should have just moved the truck stop, Sims, because then you wouldn't have lost the fuel. If I delete Chester Road, it no longer has the destination that it's meant to be going to. And I'll lose all that fuel that I just delivered there. Okay. Delete the station back off the list. The fuel is still sitting here. Do we have a truck depot here somewhere? Where is the closest? Is it down this end? It's down that end. Just put a truck depot out of the way here. Like, it's not going to hurt, Sims, honestly. And then don't even take the risk that they'll come out down the other end. Make sure that they come out up here. Switch the variant to the tanker by 1 and 2. That's an extra 100 capacity. You'll probably need more than that, Sims. We're looking for the fuel delivery and transfer. How much is here? 100 will be left there for these two, with the potential for more coming in. Okay, so that's going to get our fuel down here to a train that stops here. The train that stops here is that called Hemsworth Fuel? No, that's a delivery truck line that used to come. Where is that? It used to come out of here, right? Oh, this is the what am I looking at? This is the Hemsworth delivery. I could see it in the background. Okay. I was just confused. I should have realized it says Hemsworth there, Sims. What are you doing? Okay, so that's the trucks that come down. And then we're looking for a train. We're looking for a train. No, not the sawmill. Hemsworth Swindon Cargo. That's what we want. Okay. This is called Maghole Construction. And it picks up fuel here and takes to Swindon? No. No, you're not allowed to do that. It's this one. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so on this direction is a no. We want, when it goes from Swindon, picks up here fuel, and then goes to Hemsworth Cargo. Okay, which is this truck on the left here. No, it's the truck on the right. Okay. So once these tankers get down here, I don't think fuel has reached this yet. We have a Hemsworth train, which is this train here. The question now remains, whoa. Okay, so with this line, I've got multiple priorities. So I have some trains that have the flat cars on the back, and I have some trains that have the flat cars on the front. And therefore, some trains will give priority on both sides. Okay. It makes sense, guys. Trust me. Yeah, I might want to look at that because I think that was created sort of a bit mishmash over a period of time. And I might want to standardize this line and fix that up. Okay. No fuel there yet. Fuel tank is coming in. Okay, 2 seconds. Okay, we're almost there. Our fuel tankers are coming in. Do they have any fuel? What do we have? We have no fuel and no fuel. What did they do? The 2 trucks I just bought. Oh my God. Seriously? Seriously. I purposely put a truck depot in up on the other side of Maghole, right? So they didn't have to use this truck stop, this truck depot. And then they drove all the way down here as their first stop. Obviously, this is their first stop because this line was created back in, way back in the day. Okay, when this is where they did pick their fuel up from Swindon. Okay, but here's our first. All right, it's actually, this truck is going to drop. And it should land on the platform here, and we do have fuel. And we have established that there are some trains that come through here that will have it on the back as a priority. And I think there was what? There was like 6 trains on the line. So these trains are not going to be full, right? With 6 trains on the line, I mean, there should be one coming like right now. Well, most of them come back empty. Like literally they just pick up some tools and some con mats. A little bit of tools, a little bit of con mats on the way back. So they don't even really, geez, with 6 trains on the line, you'd think you'd be able to bump into one, Sims. There's our plastics train. That's you there, right? And she's full. Oh, she's got, she's got, oh my God. Okay. Somewhat painful, right? Okay. It has the tiniest amount of capacity, all right, for one fuel tank. We might, I might look at that line in the future. That, like I said, there are 6 trains on the line, so as long as this guy's not picking up fuel, and he's not, there's none on that side, it's all on this side. Okay, give me a second. I am concerned at the amount of fuel that probably built up here. 184. You don't need to risk that, Sims. You can put... All I need is a couple of large warehouses on this side. Three will do the job, okay? Now I'm not worried about overflowing that, and once you've got it in the blue and you don't have enough capacity, it does tick down. You do lose goods out of the truck stop. Okay, we have not had our fuel picked up, but you know, it's getting there. It's getting there, all right? So originally we had all of our fuel coming across here into the Staines parts depot. I'm curious, this is losing shipment. We are stealing a little bit of shipment here from our Basildon Northern fuel refinery. And I don't know, this doesn't seem right, Sims. Like you might be doing it wrong. Maybe you want extra fuel coming from Swindon through this truck stop here, delivering the fuel. And maybe you want them to do the delivery and not this truck that you put in here. And the reason for that is I want in the future to open up the corridor between here to deliver fuel. With this train here, oh look at that, it's got fuel on it. Okay, so we're getting fuel all the way down to here now. What are you waiting for? An available platform? Fair enough. These trains pick the left. Why did they do that? You also can pick the right, you know. Crazy. All right. Once he gets in here, he's going to drop fuel onto this platform here. You're not delivering, right? Oh, wrong. You are. Okay, so we've got our first deliveries on this new line. However, I'm not sure it's the best idea. Well, no, hold on a minute, Sims. How do we get fuel from this fuel refinery here to deliver to... I need it to deliver to this stop here so that this train here carrying 420 crude up will pick up a small amount of oil sitting here. Not much, just a little bit. It's running at full capacity. It's got stored crude, so it's got more than enough crude that it can handle. It's only taking 80 oil back. Maybe there's two trains on this line. It's not maybe, there is two trains on this line. And one of them takes all of the oil and the other takes a little bit of oil. Yeah, two trains. Okay. So how do I get the fuel to there from the oil refinery? Well, you're already dropping a heap of fuel here to go to Staines. That train there is the Swindon to Staines, and it comes over and drops here. But you could use this Hemsworth train. put extra fuel on that, that will drop into Hemsworth here. And then, you know, from Swindon and from the north at Basildon, both fuel refineries can deliver to there. And then they can drop fuel off here and drop fuel off here, and then head back up empty all the way. No, do you pick up anything on the way back? I don't think so, right? You're just a straight up flat cars, no goods wagons. Not really making money, but that's not your purpose. We have other trains that make money. No, you don't bring anything back because there's nothing coming from the south. This is like a barrier here. I've got an invisible wall, and the only things that are going south are the iron and the goods that this train brings in that permits it to go south. So I can pick exactly what I want to go south, and at the moment it's not even what this train brings in, it's what this train takes out. So the logs are done locally, but we are helping the south with conmats because we have a lot of conmats in the central region. So that is one of the goods that it is allowed to take south. The rest of the goods are coming in here. All the tools are coming in here. Some of the conmats are coming in here. These two truck lines are tools lines and the fuel. I think we're done. I think short of taking it south, I want to make sure that everything's running smoothly in the north, and well, it is running smoothly in the north, but in the central area where we've just hooked in, I want to make sure that I want this really to max out if I can, but I don't think I can unless I switch on the south, which is fair enough. Staines is up to 217. Swindon is at 0. And that's what I did want. I wanted Swindon at 0. I don't see the point in delivering there. Everything is 100% transported, so we are cooking. Thank you very much for watching today. In memory of Basildon, we are taking the fuel that's up here and we're going to deliver to the world. Have a great week, everyone, and stay tuned for next episode. It's like a special edition episode of a new project that I'm working on. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.